Hey, VA borrowers. My name is Steve Doherty. I'm the Raleigh VA loan guy. I'm a loan officer here in Raleigh, North Carolina, and a United States Marine Corps veteran. Today, I want to talk to you about multiple VA loan use. This is my most common question that I get from veteran borrowers. Can I have more than one VA loan, right? And this is really a layered question. There's two questions in that. Number one is, can I have more than one VA loan at a time? And number two, can I use my VA entitlement over and over again? At the end of this video, I will explain all the ins and outs, all the details you need to know if you're trying to buy another home using your VA entitlement. And maybe you already have a home with some VA mortgage debt. Let's take a look. Okay, so the question is, can I have more than one VA loan? And really the question should be asked like this: can I use my VA entitlement more than once? The answer is yes. Now, note that on a VA loan, if you've never used your VA entitlement before, or if you don't have any VA outstanding debt, any outstanding VA mortgage debt, the VA does not put a cap on how much you can borrow. So theoretically, you could purchase a $5 million home at 100% financing. Now, most investors will come along and place a cap, and the most common cap I see is 1.5 million to 2 million, and some investors want to see a 5% down payment if you cross that threshold. But the VA itself does not place a max on how much you can borrow as long as you qualify for that loan amount. But if you have outstanding VA mortgage debt, there will be a maximum as to how much you can borrow on home number two. So what is this calculation and how does it work? Let's take a quick look. And before we get into the nuts and bolts and all the numbers, please subscribe to my channel to watch more videos educating you about all things VA lending. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's say you have an outstanding VA mortgage and you want to buy a second home. And maybe you want to retain property number one and turn it into an investment property. Or maybe you're just not going to be able to sell home number one before you purchase home number two, but you really want to use your VA entitlement on home number two because the VA loan offers 100% financing, and because interest rates are super low, and because if you put down less than 20%, you don't have monthly mortgage insurance in a VA loan, right? There's a million reasons why you want to use your VA entitlement again. So there will be a cap as to how big the loan can be on home number two. And it has to do with your charged entitlement, not your current loan balance. It also has to do slightly with where you live. For most of the country, the loan maximums on conventional loans are the same. In certain high-cost areas, New York City, Boston, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., those loan maximums, Hawaii as well, are going to be higher. But for the rest of the country, it's going to be a uniform figure, about $806,500. So what we're going to do to calculate the most you can borrow on a VA loan on house number two is we're going to look at the county conventional loan maximum. We're going to look at your charged entitlement, which will be found on your certificate of eligibility. And then we're going to look at the purchase price on home number two. Let's look at a specific example. So let's say you live anywhere in the Carolinas or in Southern Virginia, and the county maximum conventional loan limit is $806,500. Let's say you have $67,500 of charged entitlement. Remember, this is not your outstanding mortgage balance on that VA loan. It's charged entitlement, okay? And then let's say you are trying to buy a $550,000 home on home number two, and you want to use your VA loan. In this scenario, you will not be able to do 100% financing on that $550,000 home. You will have to make a small down payment. In this scenario, your max loan amount would be $536,500. Now, this calculation will not stay the same forever for a couple reasons. Number one, the county loan limit changes over time. And in the last 5 years, it's changed almost every single year, and it's been more permissive, which would mean eventually you'd be able to borrow slightly more. The moral of the story is whenever you're going to purchase a home and you have outstanding VA mortgage debt, you should check in with a mortgage professional who's well-versed in VA lending, like me, to see how much you can borrow on home number two. If you have little charged entitlement, and maybe you're trying to purchase a more modestly priced home, then you may be able to go 100% financing on home number two. But you want to know exactly what your maximum is before you get under contract, because you need to know how much of a down payment to prepare for. So what will your limit be on VA home number two? It depends. It depends on your locality. It depends on your charged entitlement. Now, I have rescued several mortgages from other banks who said one of two things. Number one, you can't have more than one VA loan. Number two, they forget to do the max loan calculation, and they just assume it's always 100% financing. So if you have a VA loan, you want to specifically ask the loan officer who you're talking with what your max loan amount will be on home number two. If they can't give you an answer, or if they fumble, or if they don't know what you're talking about, I would hang up and try to find a different professional to work with. Okay, so what if you are going to have a pretty aggressive budget on home number two and you do have charged entitlement? Is there a way to restore your entitlement before home number two? Yes, there are actually 3 ways to do this. Number one, ahead of time, you could refinance out of a VA loan into a conventional or maybe even an FHA mortgage. Once you refinance, you no longer have that same VA mortgage and you don't have any charged entitlement. Now your entitlement is restored up to 100%, and home number two can be purchased with 100% VA financing. The second method of restoring your entitlement is to pay the whole mortgage balance off. This may be a viable scenario if you have a modest amount of debt left, let's say maybe less than $50,000, and you're going to have a big budget on home number two. To be honest, I don't see that happening that often, where there's very, very little debt left to the point where you can actually pay it off. So what's the third option? How else can you restore your entitlement? You can sell your current home before you close on the new home. This will restore your entitlement. Once that mortgage has been paid off by the buyer of your current home, your VA entitlement gets restored and you can do 100% financing on home number two. Again, my name is Steve Doherty. I'm the Raleigh VA loan guy. I'm a loan officer here in Raleigh, North Carolina, and a United States Marine Corps veteran. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you would like me to calculate your max loan amount on home number two, I've left my contact information in the video description, in a comment below. You can also look me up on Google. Please don't hesitate to reach out. You can email me, give me a phone call, shoot me an email. I'd love to work with you and get you into your next home.